Details about the final years of King Brian the Cruel's reign have been lost to history, but fragments yet remain from which we can glean conflicting stories. We know from other sources that the crusade for Aquitaine ended in failure. Brian's forces lost at the battles of Blois, Dreux, and Fontevraud, and after he lost his leg to cancer, he disbanded his forces. A meager 75 men returned to their homeland. Ultimately, it was the overwhelming reinforcements from the Moors that overcame the Crusaders, but even as the crusade petered out, it was unquestionable that Brian had made the lion's share of contributions to the effort. Back in his native duchy, Brian laid the groundwork for future prosperity, and when his famously slow son Murkad, whose only true talent lay in the pursuit of arms, wished to join the Knights Hospitaller, Brian did not prevent him. In the wake of the failed Aquitaine Crusade, the strength of Catholic authority had waned across Europe, and many heresies emerged. Of note was the Fraticelli heresy, which by a peasant uprising took control of the lands in the north of Ireland. Outraged by such rampant heresy, Brian raised his forces and, with the help of Breton mercenaries, launched a holy war upon Breffney, subjecting it once again to Catholic authority. Incidentally, he also claimed its title for himself. In light of his efforts, Brian was highly praised and had achieved his ambition to become a paragon of virtue. Other sources, however, paint a different picture. Some record that Brian had long become obsessed with cheating death, and in pursuit of life eternal, fell to pagan ways. A mysterious woman came to his court from deep Africa, a disfigured warrior woman in a mask, named Salimata. Salimata took Brian as a pupil, promising him immortality as he learned her magic. Amid the sacrifices and bones, Murkad's son, Dinatak, a promising young mind, recently named heir, pled with his grandfather to see reason and return to the faith. Unfortunately, these pleas were ignored, and Brian was said to have simultaneously taken two of his daughters-in-law, Sinswith and Dinatak's own wife Kenna, as his lovers. Some even see a curious resemblance in Sinswith's daughter, Kusen Mathair. Nonetheless, before Brian's new schooling could bear its dark fruit, smallpox came to Ireland. Though historians are unclear on why, Brian opened his gates despite the plague. Great efforts were made by what contemporary sources call a vicious vampire duck, but in the end it was all for naught. Many fell to the smallpox, but none so mournfully as the mighty Megatron. In the end, the epidemic became Brian the Cruel's doom, his desperate clawing for everlasting life coming to nothing. He was succeeded by his grandson, Dinatak the Kind. The king is dead. Long live the king.